I mean, the time started going, right? We started getting close to fight week, and I had to make a decision. So in my mind, I was like, I'm going to go forward with this, but at any moment I might pull out because he's in a coma. I have no idea I didn't know if he was going to live or die at that point. I had no idea. None of us knew. And he hadn't woken up yet. And yeah, I guess to push the story forward a little bit, he happened to wake up for the first time on the day of the weigh-ins. And I went in for weigh-ins, but he woke up. It was literally like he woke up for about 10 seconds, shut his eyes, and was back to sleep. And so but at least that was like a bit of hope that he was able to survive through the situation. But and yeah, so it was pretty hectic. And in terms of weight cut and stuff, I wasn't sleeping. And I think most of you know, when you don't sleep, you get a lot of water retention, your weight goes up, it's difficult to drop weight. I was eating whatever anybody brought to me. I wasn't paying attention to diet. Like, it wasn't on my mind at that time. Like, oh, I got to eat clean because I got to fight. I was just doing what I had to do and just basically trying to get through. And so my weight shot up and I had to lose 7 kilos in the last week. And so that wasn't the best situation. And in the end, I was like, okay, I'm going to go forward with this, and managed to drop the weight. I did suffer. And I think that's why I didn't feel very good during the fight. I didn't feel as strong as I could. Yeah, but I made it, and that was cool. And that's why I think, coming back to Zora's question too, for the energy of that particular fight, I feel like there were so many complications almost shutting this down, like the complications with my dad, how many years I'd been spending trying to get to that situation. And also my opponent coming in overweight. I felt like everything was set up. There was a big part of me that didn't know, like, is this a sign to stop and walk away? Or is this a sign to test me mentally and also see how strong I'm able and to deal with this as best that I can? And one thing actually I remember thinking, I was like, if I don't take this fight and my dad passes away, there's nothing I could have done about that, because I did everything I could do. But if I didn't take the fight and he did wake up, I think that he would probably put himself to blame for that, knowing him. So that's when, actually talking with my brother, it was my brother who said that to me, actually. He's the one. He was like, I think you should do it, Kirstie, because you've done so much to try and get this moment. You shouldn't let anything stop you getting this. But I'm happy with my decision. And it's something that I think this is the first time that I like openly spoke about to a group of people. It's not something that I've spoken about with everybody before. And my dad's in on the conversation too.
He's here, right? So I mean,
yeah, he is.
That's good.
I think he remembers it all the time. It was such a crazy situation.
When did he
And I
finally pull out?
remember,
Pull
sorry.
out of it? Like, when did he pull out of it? Like, when? I mean, you said he woke up for 10 minutes the day of
Yeah.
weigh-ins. I mean, when?
I think, if I remember right, a few days after the fight, like the following week, he was more conscious. And I remember, it's funny, I remember the nurses in the hospital, they, because I was appearing in newspapers and stuff, they were collecting all newspapers. When I appeared, like anywhere, they were saving it for him and showing it to him. And he couldn't communicate. He could only open his eyes, but they would be showing him things when he was conscious, and he would be like super excited. It was so crazy.